Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be reacting to a TikTok video. This one went viral, and for good reason. It's pretty short, sweet, to the point, but we're going to watch it together and then reconvene, and I will tell you what I think. So let's get started. So actually there's the original video, which is super short, and then the guy that's reacting to it, I'm going to watch that one specifically because I think he makes some good points that I want to elaborate on a little bit.
Every girl knows a guy who would do anything for her, and he's not her boyfriend.
That is absolutely true. Come here. The guy that's willing to do anything for the girl is always the one that's patiently waiting for the boyfriend to make one mistake. Just one. For the boyfriend to forget an anniversary, right? Or upset her in any way. All of a sudden, the guy that's willing to do anything for the girl, he swoops in. He's like, oh, if there's anything you need, I'm right here. Okay, just know this as a boyfriend, right? What you won't do for your significant other, somebody else will. And 9 times out of 10, they are closer than you think. And they are always watching.
Honestly, guys, I hate to admit it, but it's absolutely true. Every girl knows a guy who would do absolutely anything for her. And it's not her boyfriend. Maybe not every girl, okay? I'm not going to generalize and say every single girl, but I'd say it's absolutely, positively, definitely the majority. I guarantee some of you guys are that guy or have been in the past. And this guy kind of took it a different route than I'm going to go, talking about, you know, if you're the guy who's in the relationship, know that there's a guy who would do anything for your girlfriend, and he's closer than you think. But I'm going to take it the other direction and talk about being that other guy. Because I think a lot of you specifically are in that situation, and what makes me think that is because I've done a lot of videos about, you know, how to get out of the friend zone, or, you know, signs that she's using you, or how to tell if you're the fill-in guy, or how to stop being a simp. All of these videos kind of fall into the same category of this guy who wants so desperately to be with a girl who's really not interested. Goes back to the chasing versus pursuing thing that I've talked about so many times as well. And the amount of views that those videos get just lead me to believe that a lot of you are this side guy or the fill-in guy or the guy who is just waiting for the boyfriend to mess up, and you swoop in and then she still doesn't want you. So I'm going to talk about a couple things here, and just give you guys some words of encouragement to move on from being this guy in your life, because life is a lot better when you're not the side guy. So let's get started. So I want to talk about this fill-in guy, because I think a lot of the time this guy who would do absolutely everything for the girl but is not her boyfriend, that is what this is. This phenomenon can be called quite a few different things. A simp, we all know what that is. The friend zone, we all know this one too. Or the fill-in guy, as I like to call it. And I'm not telling you guys to stop being a gentleman or stop being kind to women. You absolutely should be doing that. However, you should not be a doormat or a pushover, or a guy who is getting absolutely nothing out of this, but willing to drop anything, anytime, anywhere, hoping that this girl will like you, hoping that she'll come around, waiting for the boyfriend to make a mistake and be the guy that she vents to, and then she just ends up going back to the boyfriend and you're sitting there feeling stupid. So we don't want you to be that guy. Really, the point here is that so many of you are just waiting around, hoping that a girl will like you, and honestly, you're completely wasting your time. Because you think doing things like grand gestures, chasing her, doing anything for her at any given moment, or waiting around until she's single, if she's currently in a relationship, will somehow in the end mean that eventually she'll want to be with you. And most of the time, that's not the case, and most of the time, that's not how it works out. And some women do in fact use this to their advantage. Of course, not all women. It's not always a malicious thing. Sometimes it's you, buddy. You guys are smart enough to know I'm not saying that all women will use you, but there are women who will certainly use this to their advantage, and there are some easy ways to tell if that's happening. And I'm going to give you a few of the common examples just so that you know. She only texts you when she needs something. Everything is one-sided. She only wants to hang out with you when you're taking her to a nice meal or buying something from her. I could go on and on here, but those are some of the most common ones. So you can get mad at the girl in that situation. I do think there are some girls, again, who use this to their advantage. Maybe they don't have the best intentions and they know that they can kind of walk all over you. I think a lot of the time, though, girls don't really do this in a malicious way. And it's more of a what you allow is what will continue thing. Like, you're letting someone treat you like a doormat. You're letting someone walk all over you. You're doing anything for this person anytime they ask. You're going above and beyond and out of your way. And it's not a mutually beneficial relationship. It's incredibly one-sided. And again, you're allowing this to continue. And in that case, the fault really comes down to you, because again here, What you allow, how you allow someone to treat you is what is going to continue. If you don't stand up for yourself, if you don't set boundaries, if you can't walk away, it's just gonna keep happening to you, whether it's this girl or another girl or another girl. I mean, it's just gonna keep happening. So a skill you absolutely need to have is being able to walk away, and specifically knowing when it's time to do so. Because I think a lot of these times it's very clear and very obvious when this is not benefiting you and when you're very clearly wasting your time, but you continue to, again, be there at the drop of the hat. Be the guy that she vents to about another guy, hoping that she'll leave him and be with you. Or, you just keep chasing her thinking that it's going to result in you being the man in her life, when in reality, it typically doesn't happen that way. And you shouldn't even want to be in that situation. That shows a huge lack of respect for yourself, a lack of boundaries, and shows me that you are clearly not confident or secure in yourself in what you bring to a relationship, and you're allowing someone to treat you poorly. And a tip that I always like to give you guys in these situations is to watch her actions and not what she says. Guarantee 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 times, be able to see things very clearly and not have to read these mixed signals, not have to be the side guy, not have to be the fill-in guy, not be a simp, not be a guy that's chasing after a girl who it's clear she doesn't like you. And she probably won't ever like you. And I don't say that to be harsh. I don't say that to crush your hopes and your dreams or to ruin your life. I say that so that you can walk away with grace and dignity and, be able to respect yourself and have boundaries, because those are the qualities that women find attractive in men. And it doesn't even have to be about that, about what women find attractive or what they're looking for in a guy. Because I know some of you will hear that and then think, okay, so if I do that, then she'll like me. No. That's not the mindset we want to have. It's about you. It's about respecting yourself enough to know when it's time to walk away from something that is no longer serving you or has never served you. Not saying that things should always be transactional, but come on now. If you are chasing after this girl who is using you, doing nothing for you, walking all over you, doesn't like you, and you're just doing this in hopes that she's going to like you back, see it for what it is. It's not happening. It's not happening. So basically, a little tough love, what I'm saying here is don't be desperate. Don't be the fill-in guy. Stop doing all these things for a woman who has made it clear she doesn't like you and is not interested, if you're doing the things to win her over, right? Like if you're just being a good friend, if you're just being a kind person or a gentleman, I don't see any issue with that. But if you're going in hoping to get a specific result, drop your expectations, because it's really just not worth it to chase after someone who is not into you or has made it clear that they're not, and they never will be. See things for what they are and not what you want them to be. That could save a lot of you guys a lot of heartbreak and wasted time. Something I even wish I knew in the past. Instead of trying to see things for what you want them to be, give people a million chances, just see it for what it is. If this person is continuously disrespecting you, or walking all over you, or using you, or just ghosting you, not giving you attention, you have to know when it's time to walk away for your own sake, and your own mental and physical well-being, and just respecting yourself. Some of the way I see people acting, it's just such a lack of respect. Respect yourself. You should absolutely have standards in the women that you're dating. Now I'm just wrapping everything up that I've ever said on this channel with a big red bow. But really, I want you guys to respect yourselves enough to know when it's time to walk away and not to allow people to treat you poorly, because what you allow is what will continue. And you can either get mad at women and be hateful and bitter that she doesn't like you back, or you can just walk away and move on with your life. And I would choose that. And for my guys in relationships, I'm not going to try to scare you and say there's a guy who's going to swoop in, but if you have a great girl in your life, you should absolutely appreciate that and see it for what it is, and stop liking all these, Insta thoughts pictures on Instagram. But I think there are a lot of guys who have a wonderful girl and they just don't appreciate it, and they're like being a little F-boy, and then look back and think, oh, that was a really great girl that I just totally dropped the ball with. But all right, guys, I've gone on long enough. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. Would love to know your personal experiences down in the comments. Have you ever been this guy who would do anything for a girl that is not her boyfriend, this fill-in guy phenomenon? We'd just love to hear your personal experience and words of wisdom down in the comments for some other guys as well. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. And if you guys have any videos you want me to react to, be sure to tag me or send them my way. If it's a TikTok, just tag me in the comment section and I will see it. If it's a YouTube video, you can DM me on Instagram. Whatever floats your boat. I just love getting reaction content from you guys and, giving you guys what you want to see. So as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.